Paul Hogan is renowned for his wit, charisma, and iconic portrayal of Mick Crocodile Dundee in the globally acclaimed Crocodile Dundee film series. Hogan's journey to stardom is a testament to his extraordinary ability to captivate audiences with his unique blend of humor and charm. From his early career as a rambunctious comedian in Australia to his meteoric rise to international fame as a Hollywood actor, Hogan's life and career have been marked by remarkable achievements and a lasting impact in the entertainment industry and his home country. In this video, we catch up with Paul's life, including health issues, his relationship with his former co-star, and more. We'll also uncover some fun and lesser-known facts about the Crocodile Dundee movies. Join us as Facts First presents Crocodile Dundee star is trapped in a wheelchair. See him at 84. Paul's legal and tax issues. Paul Hogan's tax troubles, which occurred in the mid-2000s, were a significant and highly publicized legal dispute between the Australian actor and the Australian Taxation Office, or ATO. The trouble began when the ATO accused Paul Hogan and his business manager, John Cornell, of engaging in a tax evasion scheme. The ATO alleged that Hogan had hidden earnings totaling tens of millions of dollars in offshore tax havens to evade paying taxes in Australia. Specifically, the ATO claimed that Hogan had used complex financial arrangements to funnel income through offshore accounts in countries with favorable tax laws. In 2008, as the ATO's investigation into Hogan's finances continued, he was temporarily banned from leaving Australia. His passport was seized by Australian authorities, preventing him from traveling overseas. This move by the ATO received significant media attention and raised questions about Hogan's innocence or guilt. Throughout the ordeal, Paul maintained his innocence, vehemently denying any wrongdoing. He contended he was being unfairly targeted and accused of tax evasion when in fact he had paid his taxes appropriately. Hogan and his legal team fought vigorously. The legal battle between Hogan and the ATO extended for several years, causing considerable stress and disruption to his life and career. But in 2012, the dispute was finally settled out of court. While the exact terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed, it was widely reported that Hogan agreed to pay a substantial but undisclosed sum to resolve the matter. The resolution allowed him to regain his seized passport and return to his home in the U.S. The tax controversy took a toll on his career. It had been years since he had appeared in a major film or television project, and the negative publicity and legal battle hampered his ability to revive his entertainment career. He did attempt to return to acting in public life after the tax dispute, but didn't achieve the same level of success he'd enjoyed in the 1980s. Paul and Linda. Paul Hogan and Linda Kozlowski are best known for their on-screen chemistry in the Crocodile Dundee film series. Their relationship began on the set of the first movie and eventually developed into a real-life romance. Paul and Linda first met on the first film, Crocodile Dundee, released in 1986. He played Michael Crocodile Dundee, while she portrayed the female lead, Sue Charlton, a New York journalist who comes to the Australian Outback to interview Dundee. The film's success was partly attributed to the natural chemistry between Hogan and Kozlowski. Their characters had a playful and endearing dynamic that resonated with audiences worldwide. The movie's blend of comedy, adventure, and romance helped make it a blockbuster hit. As they spent time together filming, their on-screen chemistry spilled over into their personal lives. Their romance blossomed during the making of the first film, and they became a couple. Paul and Linda's relationship continued to grow after the success of the first film. They were married in 1990 and became a high-profile Hollywood couple. The couple's marriage brought them considerable media attention and coverage in the entertainment industry. After Crocodile Dundee, Paul and Linda appeared together in the sequels, Crocodile Dundee 2 and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. While these films weren't as well received as the original, they continued to showcase the chemistry between these two actors. Unfortunately, despite the early romance and success of their films together, Paul Hogan and Linda Kozlowski marriage faced challenges. They announced their separation in 2013 after 24 years of marriage, and their divorce was finalized in 2014. Following the divorce, they continued their respective careers. While their personal relationship had ended, They maintained a professional and amicable relationship when necessary, particularly for events related to the Crocodile Dundee franchise. Paul's recent health issues. Paul Hogan's life has largely slowed down in the past few years. Although not as prolific as in his earlier years, he has continued to take on roles in films and television. But his appearances have been sporadic, and he's maintained a presence in the entertainment industry, albeit a smaller one. He's made a few public appearances and given interviews, often reflecting on his career and sharing his perspectives on the entertainment industry and his iconic role as Crocodile Dundee. Hogan has been involved in various charitable efforts, though these activities have been less publicized compared to his acting career. As his most famous work, Crocodile Dundee continues to be a cultural icon, and Hogan has been the subject of various retrospectives and tributes. It is important to note that while Hogan's visibility in the public large worldwide has decreased compared to the height of his career, he does remain a beloved figure in Australian entertainment. But Paul's recent times have also been marred by ongoing health issues. For starters, he's been dealing with heart complications. These got so bad he was fitted with a pacemaker to ensure his heart is closely monitored as he ages. He's also been dealing with a lesser-known kidney problem known as retroperitoneal fibrosis. According to Hogan, it's literally made him shrink in the last few years. He said, quote, "I've lost all my body fat and the muscles all shrank, and the strength has come back because it left me feeble." He also joked that his body was being, quote, "held together by string." Though this all has come as a surprise to him since he felt great until his 79th year. But when he turned 80, it all started falling apart. Fun facts. Now let's go over some fun facts about Crocodile Dundee. Real crocodile encounter. The famous "That's not a knife, this is a knife" scene from the first movie was inspired by a true story. Paul Hogan had an encounter with a New York City mugger in the 80s. The mugger pulled out a small switchblade, to which Hogan responded by actually saying, "That's not a knife, this is a knife," while brandishing a much larger one. The mugger fled, and this real-life experience made its way into the movie script. Accidental star. Before being cast as Mick Dundee, Paul Hogan was a relatively unknown comedian in Australia. He'd been hosting a popular comedy and variety TV show called The Paul Hogan Show, but his performance in Crocodile Dundee catapulted him to international stardom, making him one of Australia's most recognizable and beloved actors. Fiction and reality. While Mick Dundee is a fictional character, the movies drew inspiration from the life of Australian bushman and crocodile hunter Rod Ansell. Ansell survived a boat accident in the wilderness and became famous for his survival skills. He was one of the inspirations for the character of Mick Dundee. Improvisation. Many of the film's iconic moments were unscripted and the result of Paul Hogan's improvisational skills. For example, the scene where Mick Dundee takes a ride on a water buffalo was not in the original script, but was created on the spot during filming. And the famous crocodile encounter scene was improvised. While it was not a real-life, life-threatening situation, it showcased his ability to connect with the character and the audience through spontaneous humor and action. Now it's time to hear from you. Which Crocodile Dundee movie was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below.